Star family. How are y'all doing? Thank you all for joining me for another Love Island live chat. You know why we're doing these? Because these crazy kids will not let Auntie rest. That's what we gotta deal with. Child, so much to talk about. I'm looking at my notes right now. So I was going to talk about Love Island games, but then you all sent me the interview that Janae did for People. So I want to talk about that instead, because all I was going to say is that I think that Love Island games, because of the success of Love Island season 7, I think that Love Island games is going to be season 2. I think it's going to be season 7 heavy. And I think we're going to get Huda on that season, and I think we might get Chris. I think we're going to get a lot of people from season 7, because this show is probably going to pay them more, because they want to use the momentum from season 7 to make people stick around for Love Island Games season 2. We will see, but that's all I wanted to talk about. But then y'all sent me this interview with Janae, and I said, oh, we got to get into it. So the first thing we're going to talk about is Janae finally speaking her piece about her breakup with that clan member. Then we're going to get into CIERRA. My girl need management. She need management. Then we're going to get into that trailer. Yikes. And that awkward Teen Vogue interview with the cast. Very weird. And then we're going to end with the Chellandria interview with Teen Vogue. So let's get it started. Aha. Let's get it started in here. So, Miss Janae, who I told you guys, I watched her YouTube. I didn't even know she had a YouTube channel, but one of her videos came up and I watched her YouTube, and it was so sweet and just fun and just really learning a lot about her. I forgot her name, her YouTube name, but I think it's just Janae Craig. I think it's just that. But go check out her YouTube channel. It's a blogging channel. It's really fun. It's really insightful. She's such a sweetie and deserves the world. But she talked about it. She was just like, listen, that relationship is done. You guys don't have to defend me or talk about that anymore. I cried. I shed my last tear. I'm good and I'm moving forward. And she just spent the rest of the vlog just being loved on by her family and friends in Hawaii. I said that wrong. I know I did. But it was really nice. I really, really, really did like her vlog. And it was just happy to see her in good spirits. So let's get into Miss Janae finally speaking her piece on with People magazine. She sat down with them recently, right? Because I think this interview just dropped like 5 hours ago. Yeah, so this was a recent interview that she had with them to talk about just like what's going on with her after the breakup with that clan member. Poor thing. Poor thing. And I will say this about that Dominican clan member. He is absolutely going to rebrand himself as like this Christian fitness influencer. I already see the moves being made. I already see this is the thing. When anybody is canceled, the best thing that you can do is run to Christianity. And I think that's what he's about to start doing because he's like reposting like these people like pastors or whatever, clips of sermons and writing all these scriptures on his Instagram story. And I'm like, oh, you're going the Christian influencer route. Smart. So whenever you're in some really bad controversy, Christianity, the biggest scapegoat. It is the easiest place to hide your demonism. And Christianity, my God, today. Smart man, demonic move though, but a demon is only going to demon. So anyway, let's get into this People Magazine interview with our beautiful Jana Craig. Love Island USA's Jana Craig is finally speaking out. She says, I'm way stronger than I thought I was. Jana Craig sits down with people for an in-depth interview 1 year after finding fame on Love Island USA. Jana Craig is looking forward. The 28-year-old just passed the 1 year anniversary on her time on Love Island USA season 6 and the experience that launched her and her castmates into stardom. The season 6 series drew so many viewers who were devoted to the season 6 contestants that Islanders reunited to star on their first of its kind spin-off series, Love Island Beyond the Villa, which premiered in July. The show, airing Thursday on Peacock, brought the group back together for the first time since living in the villa in Fiji. As cameras rolled during their summer in Los Angeles, viewers got to see the magic of this group's dynamic as they navigated relationships outside the villa, came face to face with their exes for the first time, and showed just how deep their bond really is. Through it all, Jana became a fan favorite alongside her two best friends, Leah Kateb and Serena Page, aka the Powerpuff Girls, PPG. And not a day has gone by that she doesn't speak to them. We're on FaceTime every day, Jana says. In fact, the first thing she has to do after her interview is to hop in on their daily call. I ride hard for them. It's not even a friendship. It's a straight sisterhood at this point, she says. It only makes sense that she's navigating life so closely with them. They've been through something not many others have. They had to come home to a social media firestorm after Love Island last year, where contestants famously don't have their phones while filming and navigate how their on-screen relationships works in the real world. I don't think I could have gone through everything that I've been through the past year without them, she says. Leah, Serena, and her cast members, Cordell Beckham, Miguel Harachi, I know that's right, Liv Walker, Kayla Martin, and Kendall Washington have been her support system when she had to endure the biggest change since her time post-show. On July 28, news broke that Janae's nearly year-long relationship with Kenny Rodriguez, whom she met on Love Island, ended. They had come in third in the finale. She later released a statement confirming her split from the 25-year-old, as she told her 2.7 million followers that none of their theories on the breakup have matched up to how horrible, disgusting, and disappointing it truly is. The one thing Janae wants to assure fans, though, I've gotten the closure I needed. She credits her resilience to being an extremely positive person and practicing gratitude every day. When bad things do happen, I just reflect, she says. Self-reflection is very important. I think people should do it all the time. I analyze the situation for myself. I just talk it out to myself. I pray on it. I talk to God about it. And then I just literally move on. I'm really, really good at moving on. She adds, it's honestly my biggest flex. If I'm being honest, I continue to practice gratitude. It didn't kill me. I'm still here. God is good. Life is good. So it's like, girl, I'm fine. I'm fine. How fine, you ask? I don't want to waste my breath on him, if I'm being so honest, she says of the breakup. I thought it was a good relationship, but it wasn't, and that's fine. If anyone's wondering, yes, she sees fans pointing out red flags in her relationships, which have been under a microscope with each new episode of Beyond the Villa, which also stars the clan member. I hate that people online are telling me that, she says. I just feel like when someone has a hidden agenda, they're going to come off as genuine as possible to reach their goal. The red flags that people saw, I didn't see, Janae says. People are like, you missed so many things. I'm like, but I didn't, because no one's perfect. No couple's perfect. There are situations where we forgave each other as you would do in a relationship. It gets frustrating, but it's okay. Life goes on. She assures fans she's already healed. It was so dark, the past. I don't like talking about it anymore, she says. I've moved on. I've gotten a closure that I need. I don't really like to dwell on the past. There's no benefits of doing so. She continues, I learned that I'm way stronger than I thought I was. I knew I was a tough cookie, but once you go through a couple of trials and tribulations, you realize you build more character. I'm stronger than I think. All she focuses on right now is her very bright, all she's focused on right now is her very bright future, which she hopes includes the launch of a really exciting business. I love staying busy, Janae admits. I just wake up and show up. Her main goal, though, is to earn enough to give back in a big way. I've always wanted the dream of having 7 streams of income, so several businesses, just so that I could become a philanthropist and give it all away, Janae says. So I see myself donating a lot, specifically libraries. And for some reason, God told me toilets and bathrooms, infrastructure like that. Hopefully hospitals as well. But I just like to work really hard to give it all away, because you don't take it when you go. If she eventually gets some downtime, she's going to spend it with her soulmates, Leah and Serena. We've been planning a trip for the past 365 days now, so maybe we'll actually go on a trip now. They're still working on destinations, but are thinking Bora Bora or the Maldives, or Maldives. We should throw a dart on the map and hope it doesn't land in the ocean, and then just go from there, she says with a laugh. Whatever happens next in life, love and career, she knows her friends are along for the ride, and she couldn't be more grateful. I don't think I've ever drowned in so much love and support, she says. I just want to thank my supporters, everyone that's been riding for me since day one. I cannot let America down. I keep on striving hard. I keep on working hard just to throw my gratitude to them. She adds, I just feel like the whole country just gave me a big hug after all I've been through these past few weeks, and I can't thank them enough. I've never felt so much love. My family and friends, they're here for me always, but everyone that follows me, even the ones that don't follow me but still love and support me, I am so grateful, and I just want to let them know that I'm not going to let you guys down. Oh, that was sweet. She's a sweetie, and I'm happy for her. I'm happy that she is free of that clout demon, that spicy Ku Klux Klan member. I am happy for her that she is free of that, because, you know, we talked about it, and when I was reviewing the show, she was doing him a favor. She was doing charity work, you know, but listen, if she liked it, I hated it, but it was not my life, nor was it my business. But a lot of times in life, great women settle. It happens. But thankfully, this great woman was woken up, and she was, it was a hard thing to see, but she was able to see the demon that she was actually lying with. And now she is free. She's moving on to greener pastures. She's going to become even more successful after this, and I'm just happy for her. I'm happy that she was able to pick up and move forward. Now, I know a lot of people will be like, "Oh, that's so quick. How could she move on so fast?" I'm telling you, as someone who can identify with this, I am of the mindset, if it wasn't successful, it never happened. I can cut everything off from a man so easily, because here's the thing: I don't expect much from them. So when they do things that I'm not expecting and go above and beyond, I'm like, oh, I'm actually thoroughly shocked. But if they do something, I'm just like, well, it's who you are. I'm sorry, I don't set a high bar for men or white people. I just don't. I'm just like, you know, I'm always expecting the worst, and then I love to be surprised. I think it's great, but it's just like there's no reward for you being a good person. So why would you? There's no reward for men being good to anybody. So why would they be? There's no reward for white people being good or kind to anybody. So why would they be? Like, you know what I mean? So I'm just like, I'm never expecting it. I'm just like, oh, well, you know, rich people as well. I don't expect for them to be nice or kind. And when I see it, I'm like, oh, a generous rich person? What the hell is wrong with you? You know what I mean? Like, I just don't expect it. Men, white people, and rich people. The bar is very low, unfortunately. But it's how you have to navigate this world as a woman, as a working class woman, as a Black woman. You just cannot set the bar high for certain human beings, because at the beginning, middle, and end of the day, you are the standard. Unfortunately, because you are at such a disadvantage, you are able just to see everybody and everything. So it's like you don't really, you know what I mean? It's like really not any standards set for certain sects of the community. So I get it. I do believe that she moved on that quickly. It can be done. It can be possible. It's absolutely possible if you are able to see people in communities for how they have operated historically and not set the bar too high. It's sad. It's unfortunate. Hopefully it changed, but it is a reality. So I do think she moved on that fast, and good for her. It's also protection mode. You know what I mean? Like, you got to protect yourself. You can't allow yourself to wallow for too long, especially as a Black woman, because who in the hell is coming to save you? You got to get up. You got to dust, in the words of the great poet laureate, Aaliyah, dust yourself off and try again. So I'm happy for her. I'm happy she was able to get up from that nonsense. And I'm glad that she was able to just move forward. I'm so thankful that she had so much support. And I'm happy that she was strong enough to get up from that situation, because it could have taken her out of here. To not only be humiliated like that, but to also be lied to by someone you were planning your life with, someone you introduced into your life, someone who introduced you into their life, someone who you were sleeping with every night was your biggest op. And the thing about it is, she is not alone in that. There are so many women who have gotten out of relationships with men who are their biggest op, and there are so many women who are still in relationships with men who are their biggest op. I hate that so many women have either dated, married, been involved with men, or are still involved with men that are extremely jealous of them, because that's what it is. You got to get a man that knows that you're the star and loves that about you. You got to get a Nick. You got to get a man who knows who you are and loves that about you, and make sure that you are able to continue to shine as bright as you are. You have to get a man who sees you the way God sees you, or even the way you see yourself. If he got your mama vision, that's it. That's the man for you. But so many women don't see that you are really with a guy that's jealous of you, because we are not trained to really look for men as lovers or nurturers. We're supposed to look to them for protection and provision. So we don't really clock into how he's talking to me, how he's treating me, even in a joking way. That's the thing. You got to look at how they're joking, because there is truth in comedy, girl. There is truth in comedy. But props to Janae. She's only going to continue to soar. She's only going to continue to soar. And thankfully, she got out of that relationship with only a couple months, not even 12 months, right? Not a couple, but not even 12 months. And she got out of it without being in a contract with that Klan member in the government or a baby. My God, today she won. My God, today she won. Because here's the thing. That man would have married her. And if he would have saw her pulling away, he would have got her pregnant. That men like that will weaponize their sperm every time. Every time. He would have got her pregnant to trap her, because he knows that without her, he is nothing. She is the sun, moon, and the star. He ain't even the sand. Right? So he knows that she's his lifeline. So he would have got her. He would have married her. He would have got her pregnant. He would have absolutely trapped her. in a relationship. And every time he felt like she was getting away, he would have got her pregnant again. Hello, Cardi B. She had no idea she was the star in that relationship. Now she knows who she is. She 3 kids deep. What did that man tell her? You're my baby mama. I won. He knows who she is. He knew who she was the entire time. And he hitched his wagon to her for the rest of her life. She is connected to that man. So thank God Janae got out of that situation. But I'm happy for her. She's going to she's going to do even more things than we're seeing her do now. I'm telling you, it's time for Janae to start hosting some shows. She's good TV, and I think she would be a fabulous host. And I would just like to see a reality TV show with PPG. I would love to just see a show of them just traveling. I would love that. They need to realize it was never the men. It was always you. It was PPG and Cordell. I will say that much. PPG and Cordell. But that's all I have to say about our good sis Janae. What do you guys have to say? Let's get into it. We're going to talk for about 5 minutes, and then we're going to move on to CIERRA, also known as 404. Let me put my Slimer on. I got to go to World Market, y'all. I got to go to World Market. I got to go to World Market and Anthropologie because I have a coupon. Lord, this weekend, I got so much going on. Where the hell is my clock? Oh, there she is. Let's start it. Hi, guys. We have a super chat. We're going to start with a super chat. Hey, Whitney. How are you, love? Whitney said, I just want to say thank you for all you do. Oh, Whitney, you're so sweet. Thank you for being here. All day. Finesse said, let's go. Obviously, me said, Love Island in the news more than American politics. Absolutely, child. I'm thankful for the distraction, though. Art World said, the one Love Island bombshells don't talk much about living. That doesn't talk about much living his best life is Jalen. He's absolutely doing so well. Good for him. And he don't talk bad about nobody. Michika said, hey, Nikki, so glad you are. Are you going to review Bachelor in Paradise? Absolutely. Mama Star and I will be reviewing Bachelor in Paradise this episode from this week and next week's episode on Tuesday, 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Thank you for asking. Hey, Denise. Denise said Nick was hanging out with Jalen talking about he met his nice truck driver. Nick is everywhere. Smitty said, hey, NikkiNicoleStar fam, I'm excited to hear your Love Island takes. Thank you for being here. Hey, Christina. How are you? I know that's right, Shara. You've been with me all day. Thank you. Hey, Gail. How are you? Megan said, hey, again, who do you think will be on the games from season 7? I think it's going to be Bella. Absolutely Bella. Absolutely Jeremiah. I'm not sure about Hannah, but maybe Coco. Maybe Jalen. TJ. Yeah, Jeremiah. TJ, I'm not sure about him. Jeremiah isn't doing them, and Huda removed Love Island from her bio. Really? Here's the thing. I think Huda removed Love Island from her bio because Chellandria and Shelly did it. She's obsessed. She is that non-Black girl who is absolutely obsessed with Black women and everything that they do to the point of emulating their bodies. She literally, as a mother, risked her life so that she can look at least partly like a Black woman. She is very obsessed. It's very, very scary watching her interact with Black women. Very, very, very scary. Although she took it out her bio, I don't think she did it because she's done with Love Island. I think she did it because that's what Shelly and Chellandria did. She's watching their every move. If she could wear their skin, she would. She could go on that show again. I also think she don't want to go home. I think she is somebody who got pregnant in a relationship and thought that was going to make everything better and to make that man be more faithful. It didn't happen. And now that she got on the show, she got all this popularity. I don't think she wants to go back to that life. I think she's enjoying it. The dad got the kid. The family is helping her while she is able to pursue this this reality TV fame. I think she enjoys this more than she enjoys the life that she left. So I think anything that will keep her from being Huda in South Kakalaki, I think she will stick to it. So we might actually see her on the show. Christina said, "Be right back. I punched a god along the way and see the live chat and something on my phone. So I'm a reload. What happened? I hope you're okay." Princess said, "I want Jeremiah and Bella on Love Island Games, even Ace." I don't know if Ace will do it though. We'll see though. I think we're going to be shocked by this cast, but I think they're going to absolutely have a lot of season 7 because they want those fans to come over to Love Island Games. The Whitney Addis said, "I think a lot of the Casa rejects will be on Games, unfortunately." Child, we might even see Brian. Brian need the money. Devada said, "Hey, Star family, it's about to be juicy tonight." I know that's right. Oh, Christina's back. Devada said, "In order to be on Love Island Games, you have to be single." So yeah, I knew we weren't going to see the core 4. I knew we were not going to see the core 4. So yeah, no Brian, but Chris may be on there. We will see. We will see. Well, she might be in a little something with Jeremiah. That's what they're saying at the reunion. Hey, Give Me Shelter, thank you for being here. The Whitney Addis said, "We are getting 2 hours. I will be seated with my notebook in hand." Megan said, "I think the fact that the Games is live this year instead of pre-recorded will make people it's live? Oh, Lord. Absolutely not. Disaster. She been there. She been there. It's scary." Sippy Simone said, "The way I have my armor ready for Monday night, it's going to be a bloodbath. It's going to be a bloodbath because everything that we knew is going to be confirmed on Monday. And we are are they going to be back in school by then? I don't know if the Hitler Youth is going to be back in school by then, but they're all going to have meltdowns because there's nothing that they can do to save their God. I'm looking forward to Monday. Hannah said that Teen Vogue video was hilarious. We could see the tension and how the core 4 wouldn't stand sadness at all. The Whitney Addis said, I was debating on going to a watch party, but I'm in Texas and there's a high probability I will be in enemy territory." Yeah. My sister invited me to a watch party. I was like, I'm good. I'm going to be here with the Star family. We need to debrief right after. Do you guys know how long the episode is going to be? Hey, Dia. Dia said, "I love their Vogue article. Very heartfelt. I'm happy they had each other through this hot mess." Me too. Devon said, "I feel like Chellandria will need security behind the way Ciara misses acting. It's scary. It's giving misery." Shelly, yeah, Chellandria needs security for Ciara, and Shelly needs security for Huda. Anthony said, "Love Island Games is going to have people vote." Oh, I don't like that idea. At me either. It should just be about the challenges. It's they're trying to recreate some nonsense and it's only going to be hell. But the thing about it is, Love Island Games, because it's going to premiere in September and those kids will be in school, it might actually be a good watch. It might actually be a good watch. Alexis said Chris won't be playing basketball overseas. We already messy. Hey, obviously me. Thank you for the super chat. Obviously me said, "I fear my favorite Love Island show Games will be tainted by the new fan base. Insert shrugging tired nurse meme from Twitter." But here's the thing: the kids will be in school, so I don't know if it will have an effect on the show. We'll see. And maybe the Hitler Youth don't have a curfew. We'll see. Obviously me, thank you for another super chat. Obviously me said Love Island Games, Raina and Raina and 5, Nikki. No. The internet said Kenny is a man, unfortunately. He will be fine and find some woman too. Absolutely. it will be a woman like Huda or Ciara, a woman who is in this, like a non-Black woman who is in a competition with Black women who feels like they got a prize when they don't realize they just got a demon. Yo, Lord. Devonta said, Denise W., I feel like 404 is a witch, and it's rumored she's into witchcraft, and her glimmer fell off when she left the villa. I don't know if she's a witch, but I know she don't know how to take a loss. Always Prices said, love Janae, praying her strength during this public tough time. Me too. Anthony said, not my Chellandria. I'm praying for them. So many haters. Oh, they'll be fine. They will be fine. I'm not worried about them at all. Me too. Happy for her. Hannah said, I hope she doesn't jump right into a new relationship. No, she needs to have a whole season. Have fun. Date around. Finally date the A-listers that's been in your DMs. Give them a shot. Give them a shot. Hey, Mama Star. Mama Star said, hi, Star family. Mama Star is here for the review. I hope everyone is having a fantastic day. Love you all. And guys, tomorrow, Mama Star and I will be at the Pop Pop Bookshop in Los Angeles for Mama Star's book signing of her best-selling book, I Decided to Laugh. If you're in the LA area, stop on by. Princeton said a lot of fans are comparing Janae and Kitty to Chellandria. It's like they are hoping Ola gets played by Nick. No, here's why. They're comparing that relationship because they are seeing a Black woman in a relationship with a non-Black man. Here's the thing. Chellandria is not a swirl couple. It's not. That couple, and I keep on saying this, that couple is millennial witchcraft. That is not a normal couple. You cannot compare it to any kind of interracial relationship. It's not normal. This is something that the world spoke into existence. Like everybody came together and said, light as a feather, stiff as a board, and this couple came together. Like it's not swirl, it's not interracial, it's not pasta and lobster. This is something out of this world. This is something out of the Milky Way. They're not normal. And also why I believe, and Nick, I'm putting everything on you, don't play with me, but why I believe as a Black woman that these two will be successful is because Nick is in love with this woman. He knows that Chellandria is by far way out of his league, and he is going to do everything that he can to keep her. He is not just enamored with her, he's interested in her. He wants to like what she likes. He wants to make her life easier. He sees her as a star. He sees her as a star and makes sure that whatever she needs, she has it so she can shine brighter. He does not want to clip her wings. He wants to push her higher. He sees who she is, and he's not jealous because of it. He sees who she is, and he loves it, and he wants to know what he can do to help her go higher. That's why I think that relationship is going to be successful. He's not jealous of her. He has no disdain for her. Anything that she needs, he makes sure he does it. Remember, when they was in the villa, all she said was, I'm cold. He took the shirt off his back. That was symbolic to what that relationship was going to be and currently is. She said, I wanted to model. He got her modeling everywhere. He kept on saying that. They were walking out of some hotel. They were screaming his name, wanting to take his picture. He said, Chellandria, don't take my picture, take her picture. And she went to posing. I'm telling you, it's giving Harry and Meghan. It's giving Harry and Meghan. He is serious about that woman. He does not play about her, and he is not going to let any man surpass him. He is going to leave such a stamp on her life that she will not have to think about another man. And that is the key. That is the key. And the men that get it, the men that get it, you can't play with them because he knows that everybody wants her. He knows that she's a hot commodity. He knew who she was before when they were in the villa. Day one, he knew who she was, right? So he knows that he has to do everything to make sure that no other man looks better than him. And I'm not talking about in looks. I'm just talking about overall, right? So whatever she wants, She needs it. She will get it from him. He wants to make sure she will never even have time to think about anybody else because he's going to be everything that she needs. They was hugged up on a live. He messed up her leave out. He didn't know what it was. He said, "What's a leave out?" She told him what a leave out was. He still didn't know. He researched it. He researched leaves out. Then he started researching weaves. And he said, "By the time I'm done my studies, I'll be able to do your leave out, your weave and your leave out for you. You won't need anybody else to do it." Like, they are not Kenny and Janae at all. At all. Absolutely not. Me too. That's what she needs to be. That's what she needs to make your money, Janae. Make your money. Art World said, "I have to agree. I hate when Black reviewers keep pointing out Janae missed red flags, even going as far to say she's basically a pick-me." Oh, they want views. How was she a pick-me? She stood on business. That man was a liar and a deceiver. He was a con man. Everybody gets scammed at some point. I got scammed out of my youth by the church. Everybody, and I'm a wise woman. Everybody gets scammed at some point. Zora says, "Judging her for supposedly missing red flags thing is weird. You have to take a leap in any interpersonal relationship." And she took a leap. Yep. Any relationship is a risk, especially a relationship with a man. That's a huge risk. That is the part what makes romance interesting. There are stakes. Yep. And sometimes you win some and sometimes you lose some, but you live. You live to fight another day. The holistic doc said they have been calling Janae a pick-me, and it's me. They're haters. Hey, Cameron, thank you for being here. Janae's not going to worry about them, and neither are we. We're just going to support our girl to the top. Obviously, we said too many people wanted Black love for Ola, even if it meant settling for Taylor, who dogged her out. Even she wanted that, right? And thank God it was her mother that said, "That's him. That's him." Holistic Doc said, "Janae is sweet. I stand 10 toes down behind her." Same. Lavender Girl, what's up? Said, "I always felt like Janae was way out of that creepy Carol looking things league." Always. Every woman is, to be quite honest with you. Chellandria is great, but Nick knows. Nick knows who she is. And that's why he says, "I'm doing everything. I'm a man now. I'm growing up. My frontal lobe developed." Like, he's letting her know, I can catch up to you. Every woman is out of a man's league. Period. They will always be catching up to us. That's how it should be, and that's how it is. It's just because we are at a disadvantage. Privileged people cannot see far. They are blinded by privilege. It is those who have less who can see farther than anybody else. Devonda said, "Like you was better having a meet and greet in LA, but it's giving Joe from you coming to Texas." Child, we're about to get into her. Obviously, me said that's probably why so many people are trying to give Nick lashings when he don't do nothing but mind his business and love on his queen. Hannah said the difference between Nickelandria and Kenny and Janae is that both Alondria and Nick thought we wouldn't vote for them. Kenny came in as a bombshell, so he knew who to target. Oh, absolutely. Devonda said, "Obviously, me, people are like, why is he still friends with Taylor and follows Hoodlum?" Those people are, they're smart. I trust that they know what they're doing. M said in the video that along with this interview, you can tell, yeah, she's still really hurt by it. But I love that she's not giving him any power by mentioning his name or what he did. He's a loser. She's not. And she was in her Boss Babe blazer. She wasn't playing. I was really, really happy for her. Eltavina said, "I loved your last live. You cracked me up as usual. Also, Nikki, did you ever catch what happened with Whitney and Locken from the Love Island UK season? Very similar to Janae and the Kimmy thing." Yes, I did, but not my culture, not my business, right? However, we're going to make it my business, at least right now, because you asked. I absolutely hated how Black Brits did not support Whitney and all of that. Like, I could not believe that they were defending that white man. Black Brits, what's going on? What's going on over there? I'm so concerned. Nobody in the Black diaspora stresses me out more than Black Brits and South Africans. What's going on over there? I'm so concerned. Why didn't y'all have that girl's back? Oh, that was weird. That was weird. But again, not my culture, not my business. It happens all the time. Some of us are products of those kind of relationships. My daddy, my mother's biggest op. It had to get to a point where I don't feel that she's safe in his presence. He's that jealous. It's crazy. It's so scary. Anthony said Chellandria are the most popular couple and trendsetter. That's why people are constantly trying to break them up. And also, when you put racism on that, people are weird. You got it. Zora said a former close white friend of mine got mad at me because I refused to attend her wedding on a plane. Hey-o! Yeah. It's just survival mode. It's sad, guys, but it's survival mode. You just got to. Absolutely. They tell you how they truly feel about you. Absolutely. The holistic doc said, I pray Janae grows from this. I'm sure she will come out on top. She has a village behind her. Absolutely. Zora said, OMG, Offset did it. Yikes. Didn't he say he won? Yep. So Steph said, between my mom and dad, my daddy was way more nurturing, which made me very sensitive to a way a man talks to me. I do not tolerate a man raising his voice to me. My daddy never spanked me neither. Yeah. If I am not your sweet potato pie, get away from me. Get away from me. I'm a delicate flower in your presence. M said, I just don't know how long Kenny thinks he had left. I think as soon as she realized he wasn't moving closer anytime soon, she low-key checked out. Yep. And I'm telling you, he would have gotten her pregnant, y'all. He would have gotten her pregnant. Thank God she got out. Yes, it's a nice channel. I enjoy it. I watch it every Sunday. I enjoy it. And she said she's going to be back more often. She took a break, but she's back now. And I like it. It's a fun little watch on Sunday. Hannah said, Kenny may be the type to be interested in Black women, but his need to please his racist friends outweighs it, because a lot of men are followers. Not all, right? But a lot of men are followers. And he probably did like her. He probably did love her at some point, but the need to appease other men was too great for him. And here he is now, a loser. And the only one who was protecting him from that loser lifestyle, Janae. Well, me too. I will love it. I will watch it. Hey, Shay, thank you for being here. Let me get a couple more, and then we're going to move on to CIERRA. She absolutely is. Cece said, if Huda is on Love Island Games, I'm not watching. Nursing school is enough stress on its own. I know that's right. Ephraim said, Nikki, are you doing a live right after the reunion on Monday? Oh, absolutely. That's why I wanted to know. Is it an hour episode or 2 hours? Because I was going to make the live for 7:30 my time. But how long is the episode? Christine said, I know you mentioned going over Teen Vogue article, but then it sounded like you were going to skip it. Please let me know. No, I want to talk about the article and the interview. Nasby said, hey, Star fam, I've been tuned in, but I was busy stuffing my face. I finally freed my hands to type. Thank you for being here. Denise said, Huda's popularity is our fault. The Hitler youth have grown up in a world where the way Huda acts is acceptable and mainstream because Trump has been around for 16 years now. Absolutely. I can't believe Charlie was coming to that reunion with any kind of heat. Boy, be thankful you were on the show. Megan said, Marcel Sr. runs a tight ship over there. He said, this is a one-stop shop, baby. He's not letting her go. And he's going to make sure that there is not another man in her life that is better than him. Smart man. And said, I don't remember. Nikki, did you watch the first season of Love Island Games? If not, please binge it before the new season starts. I want to know what you think. It was so good. Yeah, I watched it. I love Jack and Justine. But they should not have won. They absolutely cheated. The show absolutely wanted them to be the winners. But I still ride for Justine all day. Cameron said, I'm calling you right now. I'm going to give Nick and Chellandria till March, and that man is going to have a grill. Listen, I hate to say it. He's getting more light-skinned. He's getting more light-skinned. Stole my 20s. But I'm okay. I'm okay. Simply Simone said, Nick is researching protective styles, told me their future kids would be fine with him on wash day. Yep. Obviously, me said, remember Nick said first day that he didn't have breast milk on his mouth. He's been telling Ola, yep, he's letting him know I'm grown. And he hated when Ace talked about him peeing on the toilet seat. He said, I don't do that no more. I don't do that no more. M says she's never been to pick me. I don't know where people got that from. They've just been saying this since we met her. Not that Janae got coy out that village. She did what was right for her. Betty said on TikTok, I think I saw that Chinese woman having a say that the best man is still less than average, than an average, well-rounded woman or something like that. It's facts. Because it's not because they're just built that way. They just don't have to be. They don't have to be good people to have it all. Simply Simone said the teen interview was filmed the day after the... Oh! I didn't know that. Ciao. Zora said, I was just in the UK and I don't know what it is that they are offended by Black unity there. I was smiling at the Black person passing by and they scowl. Oh, well, guys, they're living under the OG colonizers. Give them grace. We're dealing with their bastard cousins. They're dealing with the OG colonizers. Yikes. That's some mental gymnastics they got to do over there. Miss J said, I love how Nick says in Keke Palmer, who wouldn't find Chellandria attractive. She's every man's type. He's not playing with her. He's not coming up off that woman. Alma says, I knew it was serious when the men also unfollowed Kenny. Men ride for each other for anything. Yep. Princeton said, I don't know if he would have gotten her pregnant, Nikki. He didn't even want to move in with her. And it seemed so distant or beyond the villa. No. I was saying if he saw her pulling away, he would do that because he knows he's nothing without her. Kiwi Fruit said, Janae's interview with People Magazine about everything that's happened was important. It gave her insight into how beautiful and kind she naturally is as a person. Kenny took advantage. He absolutely did. Me too, low-key. Because that's my girl. But I was just like, they cheated. Obviously, me said Nick recently just got a back tattoo. Oh, Lord. Nick, what? Oh, Lord. What is he doing?
Lauderdale, getting a huge tattoo piece on my back today.
And he's playing Ace's song. Oh, Lord, Nick, what are you doing? Oh, he's getting it down his spine? What are you doing? Ah! He is not really getting a back tattoo. No, he is not. This is a joke. This is a joke. This is a joke. He is not getting that huge back tattoo of his name like Ace. This is a joke, y'all. Nick. She's 24. He's 24. No way. It's a joke, Mom? It has to be. There's no way. He would not do that. It's a joke. Yeah, it's a joke. It's a joke. No way. No way. Okay. Because I'm just like, no way. No way. Thank the Lord. Thank the Lord. Because I saw it. I was like, oh, a tattoo. And then I saw the letters. I said, no. No way. No way. Yeah, he's fun. Like, this is the thing. Every woman should have a fun man. Oh, my God. A fun man? Oh, I love it. I love it. I love the song, too. Him and Ace are fun. Jana said, at first I thought Nick liked Chellandria way more than she liked him, but now I think she locked in. Because before she was being very apprehensive. Now she feels safe. So the love is mutual. LaDonna said, I don't think that tattoo is real. It's like Ace is saying, yeah, I think it's a fake tattoo. You're right. Well, you know, there's a trend of models being all tatted up now. But yeah, I do believe it's a joke. Yeah, it's so good to have a fun guy. It's so good to have a fun guy. She's in. She's finally where he's at. She's finally where she's at. Where he's at. Obviously, me said he had to cover it up, which is as long as it's not big, it's not a problem. Yeah, but I think that is a joke. He would be great on Traders. He would be great on Traders. Yeah, and that's the best fan base to have for at least music. So good for him. And that's amazing because we can get bored with them really quick. So good for her. Let's move on to Ciara. So recently, Ciara posted this. Miss Ortega is doing club appearances now, child. And she is going to be at Side Barbie Island in Houston, where Landria is right now. And where Landria lives. First of all, listen, Ciara didn't need this gig. She's making a lot of money on TikTok, right? The views she's getting is crazy. She didn't need this. But she is like, this is her crashing out. Like she got to beat Alandria in something because she feels like Alandria is living her life or stole her life from her. And we already talked about this. I said she doesn't realize that this life was for Nick and Alandria. If Nick left the villa with you, you still wouldn't have this because this wasn't for you. This was for Nick and Alandria. So she has to do something to keep the attention on her, and she got to get a one-up on her. Unfortunately, she's going to probably be in this for a minute, but hopefully she'll come to her senses and be like, I'm acting crazy. Like I need to, you know, get my life on the right track and stop focusing on these people who are not thinking about me. But she posted this recently. She's doing a club appearance at Side Barbie. I will say this, somebody in the comments said that Sidebar always calls the women that host for their at their club Side Barbie, right? But it's just weird, right? It's weird, Ciara, because you know everybody's calling Alandria a Barbie. So for you to allow yourself to be called a Side Barbie, and then you're doing an appearance and like in a place where she lives and it's currently at, it's just weird, CC. It's just weird. You gotta get off of this. You got to get off of this. You don't need this money. You need this money that bad. You're going to do a club appearance at a bar in Houston. Sis. Let's dial it back. You should have took my advice. Hop off the internet. Take a break. Come back in January. This is sad, Mamacita. This is so sad, young lady. Because for you to not be bothered, it sure is looking like you're bothered. Let it go. It's poor thing. It's just, I don't see how this works in her favor. I don't see how this works in her favor because it's just like you want to be an influencer again, but you're building your brand being the Side Barbie, like being in the shadow of this relationship that is so beloved. And it just is not, I don't think it's a smart way to go. I don't think it's a smart way to go. Let me get some more of my super chats. Obviously me, thank you for another super chat. Obviously me said Nickelandria is a standard Jackson, Florida relationship. I will say they be swirling in the South though, child. Texas shocked me. I was like, what is going on down here? Christina, thank you so much for the super chat. Christina said, reting Vogue. This video was filmed July 17th. Hooders Call Her Daddy episode came out late night on the 16th after 12 a.m. So technically on the 17th. Safe to say the tension here and Call Her Daddy is in / the unfollowing fallout. Yes, pre-reunion, obviously. Thank you so much for the tea, Christina. How sad. How sad. Mm, She needs to let it go. She needs to let it go. Deborah I said, I'm just glad Ciara is still here to troll. It was getting very heavy for a minute, and I was worried she was self-delete like the UK contestants. Oh God. Oh God. I hope it never gets to that for any of them. She's trying. She's trying. And she might actually win them over because I see a lot of them dropping Huda after the reunion. Because they're just clout chasers. That's it. And the minute she starts to lose clout, they'll move on. Cece said if she had a team, they would have shut this idea down. They would have. Yeah, I wouldn't be promoting Love Island at all. But her and Yulisa got to do something. They got to do something. Pepe said Ciara is giving single white female to where it's dangerous for our girl. Yep. She thought those 45 seconds sealed her deal. She didn't bake on Nick and Alandria's ancestors. She didn't bake on Nick and Ola's ancestors, plus Nicolandria Nation covering them. She didn't. She didn't. We do, Alexis. We do. Jimmy said the people who support Ciara really just hate Alandria. Absolutely. And that's the worst fan base to have. They are just with you because they don't like somebody else. So they don't really like you or your content, and they're going to be very fickle with you. So you got to walk a tightrope with them, or they will eat you alive. Same with Huda. Karen says Ciara is crashing out. She may not be online ranting and subtweeting the cast, but she's definitely crashing out. And listen, it's okay to have that moment. I'm just hoping she comes to her senses because it's like, you're going down the wrong road. This isn't helping you in any kind of way. A Wonderful Life said, Nick already said it was the antics that turned him off. This sideshow is only going to make them closer. It is. Jimmy said, Ciara is going to have 500 more Q&A bids after the reunion. Of course, she's going to be doing her makeup and be like, oh yeah, the side Barbie. It was fun, guys. It was fun. Crying. Young lady, stop. Stop. Oh, Lord. Hannah said, I need Shelly to be low-key with her relationship with Ciara. I mean, at this point, Shelly, come on. I'm sorry. You got to pick a side. If it was me, I would let Shelly know you got to pick a side. Like, I'm not safe around this girl. You got to pick a side. But so all of a sudden, I heard that people don't make a lot of money from TikTok views and creator funds, except an exclusive few. I did not know that. But if there was anybody who would be making money, it would be her because she gets like millions of views on one 30-second video. I told her to do that. She didn't listen. Simply Simone said, wouldn't be surprised if 404 goes the Christian influencer route and moves to Utah because Nicolandria has pretty much taken over LA. Oh, I wouldn't be surprised either. It's so weird. I will say, if I was Alandria, I would be like, I got him pressed, child. I got him pressed. Obviously, B said, I'd rather see Brian at the bar than Ciara, and Brian was acting up at the bar for somebody supposedly the winner of season 7. Oh, he was loving it. It may get to that point, and I'm being very serious. It may get to that point. Jimmy said, mind you, when Nick and Alandria were still in the village, Ciara posts about them. Then once they were out, she realized Nick was serious about Alandria. She started doing her pity party. Well, I think it's because she didn't know that they were such a force. And now looking at everything that they're doing and being like, that could have been me, her mind is playing tricks on her. Amaya said, it can be painful to know that your ex or someone you liked is with somebody else. But by being so obsessed, Ciara is blocking her blessings. Beautifully stated. A man for her could be waiting and watching you be turned off. Or any brand deals or anything. It's like you're moving in such a terrible way. She could have been like, I'm happy for them. It worked out. It was fate. If I was supposed to be with Nick, I would still be there. I love those two people. They found love. I am happy for them. So many opportunities would have come her way. But she has made herself so untouchable. It's weird. Oh, he is? Good for him. That's going to be chaotic. Wrong road. Jimmy said, why does the Ciara post pic with her white influencer friends, but just Shelly? Shelly has traction. She's smart. I'll give her that. She is smart. Pepe said, Ola confirmed she's going to New York Fashion Week. Now all of a sudden Ciara is... I'm scared. Sippy Simone said, as someone who is in the creator fund, 404 is most definitely making money from her videos. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Like one video I saw had 11 million views. She's eating. Hannah said, Chellandria is too considerate of others. They're still friends with Ciara in Final Destination. It's just weird. Alma said, Ola has to pull a Beyonce and be silent and leave Ciara to her own crash out. Success is why they're mad. Yep, always say gracious. Best revenge is your paper. Miss Lou said, Shelly doesn't post 404, but it's really up to Chellandria telling Shelly she doesn't feel safe with that lady. Yeah, she has to let her know. She has to let her know she doesn't feel safe. Denise said, with Ciara, I think Shelly is still friends and Tay is Shelly's bestie. That was news I could have done without. True. Alexa said, what will Ciara do when Ola moves to LA and seeing Chellandria at all the industry events? Guys, she might just become Chellandria. I wouldn't be shocked. Jimmy said, what brand really wants to work with slur using Ciara? Let me side-eye in advance. I'm just saying she could have popped back from this if she just handled this so differently. She handled it so poorly. Betty said, Shelly, it gets to a point. You got Ola that you're getting real Soul Sister Teen Vogue coverage with, and then there's 404 looking crazy, desperate for attention and bring you hate. Ola has been gracious. She just has to let her know, like, girl, I don't feel safe. And that really, and her keeping you as a lifeline is putting me in danger. Simply Simone said, I didn't want to say it, but a restraining order might be needed because it's getting really scary. It is. It is. Shara said, the lady has even begun pandering to the LGBTQIA community. She is trying everything in the arsenal. It's so scary. Inset on Chellandria's live from this week, her and Nick talked about him possibly going to Tuskegee's homecoming, her HBCU alma mater, with her in October. That should be interesting. He has planned, guys, he's planned their life. This man has planned their life. He's planned their Christmas and everything. Like, he said she's going to be at his place for Christmas. It's not playing with her. Betty said 404 called herself rich and said when she gets richer, she doesn't need this side Barbie in Houston appearance. She's calculated and intentional, wild, and she's jealous. Like, she's at this moment. Like, you know, some of us have our moments where we're just like, you know, our little envious moments, but we're smart enough to do them in private. Had those moments in private, right? She's doing it in front of everybody, and it's like, ew. Like, it's like you can kind of relate, because I would probably be like, if a guy I really wanted got with somebody who I was cool with and their life is so fabulous, I would probably feel some sort of way. But it's so weird that you're letting them and everybody know. Like, have some couth. Crash out in silence, please. Megan said, I really don't think Chellandria is going to say anything. She's too agreeable to a fault. Probably, but, you know, she surprised us. Cameron said, everything that Chellandria does, Ciara is following right up behind her. It's really starting to give the hand that rocks the cradle vibes. Ciao on it. I'm gonna say, I low-key also think that some women find it unbelievable that Ola, a black woman, can be well liked. To her, she's malfunctioning because a dark girl is getting better. A dark girl is getting so much love, doesn't it up to her? I honestly think it's the opposite. I think they know who she is, right? I think there are the women who are jealous of dark-skinned black women are get upset when they see dark-skinned black women getting praised or being put in the limelight, right? Because they fear that they will be replaced. And because they have this desire to be the preference of men, they crash out. They start to they're acting up. They're acting up in the girls' comments. They're really acting a sort of way because they can see it. And because they can see it, they're like, everybody else is going to see it. And when everybody else sees it, I will no longer be relevant, because that is their only relevancy. The women who think like that, that is their only relevancy, being the preference of men. How sad, but it is their true life. And so that is why they react the way they react when they see a dark-skinned black woman, a gorgeous dark-skinned black woman, getting any kind of attention, because they feel like they will easily be replaced. That's what's happening in America right now. Hello? the Latino community was outnumbering the white American community. And white Americans said, absolutely not. They clocked in. And they also saw how the world reacted to having a black president. And they said, absolutely not. Never again. Because they don't want to be replaced. That's why them Proud Boys were going around the street screaming, talking about the Jewish community will not replace them. They will not be replaced. That is a common thread within a lot of people who have unnecessary privilege. They cannot enjoy life because they're constantly thinking about being replaced by people who are not even thinking about them. It's a sick obsession. Another super chat from Christina. Thank you so much, sis. Christina said, who do you think it'll take for Chellandria to dump Taylor? Clark coming out and being honest about how he treats her in private. Because if he's doing the things that we can see in public, Lord knows. I think that's it. Megan said Nick is going to have to be the one to cut that cord. Ola only tolerates Taylor because of Nick. I agree. I agree. That is not far-fetched. That is not far-fetched. Jimmy said Ciara will probably try to date Lou. She got to do whatever she can do to stay relevant. Amma said, good point. Same vibe as how white American. Yep. Yeah. Absolutely. Anthony said, notice how some Honda delusional fans started supporting 404 like what? Yep, because those are the same people who are in this weird competition with black women who are just trying to exist. That's it. Betty said 404 and many Eurocentric women like those white chicks in the Office pod have been short-circuiting over Chellandria, a dark-skinned black woman getting chosen by a top patriarchal pyramid attractive white man. Yeah. Those are those women who their only relevancy is being the preference of men. When they see anything changing, they freak out because what else do they have? Unfortunately for them, what else do they have? It's the same thing with slim women. And if a plus size woman gets any love, they lose. Those slim girls who think like that lose their mind. They lose it. He can't possibly want to be with her. Oh, he's with her because she's taking care of her. They make up all of these scenarios. It can't be that this guy that is a preference to you just really likes this woman that's plus size. Got to be something wrong. Because if it's not anything wrong, then your time is almost up. That's all. It's the replacement theory. It's weird. It's the replacement theory. It's going to get worse. It's going to get worse. Always Prices said, honestly, I feel like Shelly and Nick need to cut ties with the ops. I need Nick to stop following Huda and Shelly to ditch 404. After that, I think they're all waiting for the reunion, and we will see. They're all waiting for fair reaction to the reunion. Amma said, why we got to teach girl to have hobbies outside of men? Feminism needs to prosper, Lord. Well, we're in the trad wife season, so I don't know, child. It's scary out there. Betty said, the crazy part of the hoodlum fans, too many are black women and gay men, probably self-hating and brainwashed. Listen, guys, there will always be people who are part of any community that are the lowest of the lowest and always hold it down. Like there will always be step-and-fetches, unfortunately, in the black community. There will always be coons. There will always be Clarence Thomases. It's unfortunate, but we have to learn how to move without them and remove them from our community because they are a hindrance. Let's move on. Let's move on to the Love Island reunion trailer. Ciao. The Hitler Youth, also known as the Hoodlums, are doing their best to make sure that Huda is a victim by that reunion because thank you, Chellandria, for taking my advice. I told her, I said, you got to out-white woman, the white adjacent woman. And when Chellandria sat on that stage and looked at Huda and said, you told me, Shelly said it to her, you said that you wanted me to meet your daughter. And Chellandria said, yeah, you said you wanted us to meet your daughter. How could you do that to us? How could you? You didn't even back me up. I said, cry, queen. Cry. Cry some more. Fall into Nick's arms. Shake your body. Travail as that white, handsome, attractive man lifts you up and consoles you. The icing on the cake will be if she collapses into Nick and falls and shakes and travails and I loved you and cry, right? And while she's crying and shaking, Nick is rubbing her shoulders and saying, it's okay, I got you. And he looks up, those piercing blue eyes, and grills at Huda, and shakes his head in disappointment. She's done! She's done! And that's why Huda headquarters is working hard, because they know the tides is turning, baby. The tides is turning. That's why, and Huda doing all that apologizing, they're cooked. They're cooked. And they are doing everything they can to make her a victim. Somebody was saying she got Stockholm Syndrome. Oh, they're grasping at straws on Twitter to try to make this girl the victim, because my girls knew the assignment and they did what they needed to do. Now, granted, I think Chellandria was really hurt. I think she really considered Huda a friend. I think those were real tears. I'm glad she dropped them, though. I'm glad she dropped them. You gotta out-white woman the white adjacent woman. I'm telling you, if I'm ever in them situations, I'm crying. I'm shaking. I'm falling out. I'm saying I don't feel safe. Oh, I'm playing the part. I am playing. That's the only way you're going to win. You can't stand strong. Strength in a woman, not accepted. Not accepted. Weakling. And not only is she crying, that white boy protected her. She's cooked. She's cooked. I can't wait for Monday. I can't wait for that extended footage from the heart rate challenge. And Huda is, oh my God, she think it's so cute. Oh, the discourse on Twitter, the discourse on Tickety Chat, the discourse on Threads. I can't wait. Because we told you that principality was evil. But y'all played into the stereotypes. Y'all said, oh, the dark girls are mean. Well. And let me tell you something. You know what? Chellandria and Shelly gonna have two white men on their side, because Andy, he's team Chellandria. Because he knows. He is a part of the Bravo family. He on that board, and he knows that NikkiColeandria is the reason why that app is eating. And he is not gonna let Huda mess with his money. I cannot wait for Monday. Oh, redemption in 5. Let's go, guys. In the words of the great Shania Twain, let's go, girls. It's on. She's done. They're going to try to do everything. They're going to try to do it with the tides are turning. And they can't beat this one. They can't. That extended heart rate challenge. Chellandria crying, collapsing into Nick's arms. Nick, being the white man that he is, protecting. His Black Queen, Andy, who stands Chellandria, protecting her. And then what's that other girl name? I forgot her name. She pissed me off so much. What? Ariana. They all gonna love up on the core four. Because they know who the real stars of Love Island Season 7 are. Money. Money talks. Money talks. And they're going to defend the money. Yeah. So the Hitler Youth, they're crashing out. They're falling apart. They're going to say that Huda has some mental illness and you can't mistreat her. They're doing what they have to do because they've lost. And we knew we would be here. We knew it just from that trailer alone. Victory. I can smell it. I knew we'd be here. I can't wait. The discourse that will take place. And then all of a sudden, oh, well, I wish they would have showed us this. I would have never voted for Huda. It's the MAGA voters. It's the same thing. I didn't know that she was going to be like this. Oh, they didn't show us. Oh, no. You stood up and defended that warlock. That is your memory and your digital footprint on the internet, that you were a defender of that demon. Stay right there. Don't you move. Stay right there. Don't switch up. Sink on that Titanic with that awful woman. But it's going to be glorious, and I can't wait. I can't wait. I cannot wait. I'm looking forward to it. Monday can't get here soon enough. I'm looking forward to it. I'm going to go to sleep with my phone in my hand because I'm going to just be liking and retweet. I can't wait. Let's go, because I knew it would be here. And that show is going to defend the money. It always comes down to money. That show is going to defend the money. Why? Because they want to keep their claws in the money. And if the money is not pleased with how that reunion went, they can't continue to work with them. Cry. Say you don't feel safe. Pass out. Collapse into a white ally's arms. Prayerfully, it's a handsome white man. Do what you got to do. Do what you got to do. Give me shelter. So I think a lot of the dynamics will change after the reunion. Ace is only going to talk about the three of them. Yep. Princess said, Nikki, I'm seeing more black men defend Huda than Ola. It's weird. A pox on their house. Who needs them? A pox on their house. Who needs them? Who needs them? Deborah, thank you for the super chat. Deborah said, over 300 viewers. Let's get the numbers of viewers and likes matching like Nikki's pink kitchen. Oh, you wait with that one. You wait. Subscribe to NikkiStar at home. Thank you so much, Deborah. Please get the likes up, Star fam. Please. Oh, let me put on my little graphic. Don't worry. It's going to change for the fall. Don't you worry. I'll be on Canva every day. I'm learning. I'm getting better. I'm learning. I am. Oh, did you see how he leaned up? You know what? It's something going on with Pepe. I'm starting to see a little something. It's giving Michael B. Jordan in Sinners. Like, I never knew you had that in you, Pepe. What's that? What's that, Pepito? What's going? Because you acting like you've been here before. What's going on? What's going on? Alma said, Nick Val said he didn't see enough emotion from Ola and Shelly. So what he gonna have to say this time, child? I do not care what that predator thinks. Him or his child bride. I do not care. when she said, "You hurt me. I was your friend." Yes. Yes, Chellandria. Yes. Now we're cooking with grease. Yes. All she has to do is clap in Nick's arms. That's it. And the Oscar, come on. Megan said, "Baby, the way Pepe leaned up when she got choked up, the way Nick's jaw, patiently waiting for Monday." Titanium said, "I don't like that the hood rats are saying Chellandria is weaponizing her tears." She's not like Huda or Amaya. They're grasping at straws because they know it's over. They've lost. They've lost. They've lost. Oh, it's looking great. It's looking great. BB Girl said, "How will the hood rats spin this victim narrative when they will show the entire heart rate challenge?" And this is the thing. That girl's so diabolical, she think it's cute. She was messed up. I'm being very honest. Hollywood is the last place for that woman for Huda to be. The last place. The last. Oh! They turn, Rashana. They turn. They turn. I can't wait. Betty said, "I need Nick and Shelly to drop Despicable Me as well. Nick needs to watch the season to see how much Nightmare on Dredge Street is treated out loud and block Nick to keep a spot in the villa until Clark came." Yeah, everybody's playing nice now. But I think this reunion, I think that is the deciding factor. Zora said, "Nick Val is really obsessed with Ola. I heard he mentioned Ola in his interview with James Gunn. Weirdo." Well, this is the thing. He's enamored. He's obsessed. He doesn't know how to not, like, he's struggling with everything that he's feeling just by looking at her. It's normal. Dark-skinned Black women do that to people. Super Simone said, "Huda ain't sorry because she hasn't made a statement since. She'll only apologize because she knows the world is behind Chellandria." Absolutely. You know what? It's sociopath, right? Yeah, she might be a sociopath. A mental health disorder characterized by the disregard for other people. A sociopath exhibits traits such as manipulation, a lack of empathy and remorse, a shallow understanding of emotions, and a disregard for laws and the rights of others. Now, I'm not a therapist or a psychologist, but I'm a middle child. It's giving sociopath. CM said it's working because some of the youth are turning. Yep. Cameron said, "If Chellandria starts crying and runs off stage crying, the nails are in the coffin, period." If she got Cameron, she got to do this. She got to do this. I need a minute. Get up and walk off. And then Nick follows her. And then Shelly follows her. And then Iris. And then Pepe. And then the followers. Right? When the followers start to see that everybody is following Chellandria, and they're like, "Oh, America's watching. I should do that too." And she starts getting all these people to go and comfort her. Jimmy said, "Huda apologizes but doesn't change her behavior, so it's all empty. Empty like her soul." Always Price said, "The icing on the cake is that the narrative all season was Chellandria doesn't cry, and she's crying." Pepe was on ready. Clark looked disgusted. Nick's arms were around her. Done. We won. Miss Lou said, Chellandria probably reminds Nick Val of Rachel Lindsay. Probably. She probably reminds her of something he will never have. CM says, "Pepe really don't play about Chellandria. I wish he knew about Taylor because he would have spoken up." I think so too. Yeah, he's not going to mess up that relationship. It's our Super Bowl, and we're getting a ring. Zora said, "Nikki, do you think the setup of Huda that you predicted will happen soon?" Absolutely, especially if she goes on Love Island games. Absolutely. Cameron said, I can't see the reunion. I heard that Jeremiah and Ace went at it, and I'm ready to see that. Well, they went at it, but it's obviously that it was a positive ending because Jeremiah is all over Ace's Instagram and TikTok. Amma said, Annie is not going to let Huda mess with potential NikkiNicoleStar Barbie doll. Said, no, not that money. He knows they're an investment. Yep. 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 Alexis said, Andy and Ariana better not breeze over Hilda's coercion in the comments about Chris. Well, Chris is going to get his moment. He's going to get his moment. Jimmy said, if Maya continues to support Huda, I will like my girls to distance themselves from her too. I think they already are. I think, honestly, guys, they're only together because they have to do press. I think after the reunion, they're free. They are free. Silky says, I noticed that Huda was the only one that didn't get signed to a big agency. Do you think the big agencies didn't want to represent her despite her having the most following? She's untouchable right now. Well, not untouchable. She is murky waters. She probably will get represented later after everything dies down. But right now, she's just, especially after this reunion, it's just ew. Like anybody does a deal with her, people are like, oh, I'm not supporting you anymore. Like I'm done. Like it's over. Like why would you support somebody who coerces men into sex or bullies Black women? So it's like, who really wants to touch her? She will get signed at some point. I don't know if it's going to be by one of the big threes though. Silky said, I noticed Huda was I got that one. Betty said, Hoodla will say sorry, but not take accountability. Probably won't denounce her vile actions. I need Ariana and Andy to address the hate, especially versus George Ford. Meme disgusting and unacceptable. I agree. Simply Simone said NBC Universal does not want to lose NikkiNicoleStar and Shellayce to keep Huda because the four of them have the world kissing their feet with every opportunity to choose from. Yep. Thank you, love by you. CM said, I think Ariana regrets speaking up for Huda and not knowing what really happened. I would too. She should have never jumped in that. She should always stay neutral. Betty said, listen, Ola got many white men in her corner. Pepacito was leaning forward in concern seeing Chellandria getting upset. He knew to be on standby as in Villa NikkiNicoleStar Prez Yuxton for his bestie too. Miss Lou said Huda really crept out of that house in the middle of the night to avoid Chellandria and Chris and flew to London. Good. Spicy about a minute, y'all. I don't know what's going on, but I'm seeing something. Princess said, Nikki, how are we feeling about Jeremiah? He has been very nice to Shellayce and NikkiNicoleStar lately, and it actually feels genuine. Well, here's the thing. Nick continues to say it. Jeremiah, Taylor, and Nick were the three amigos. And then Ace and Jeremiah got into it because of how Jeremiah was hogging everybody. So he started to distance himself in that way. But they were all initially really vibing. So I think that Jeremiah is just happy to have his friend back. And I also think that he is relieved to know that what he thought about Nick and the other guys was not true. So I think there was just a misunderstanding. And I'm glad that they were able to figure something out. Alexa said, Nikki, you should schedule the reunion live early so we can live chat in here as it airs before you get on. Oh, yeah, I'll do that. I didn't know if you guys wanted to do that. I'll do that. Kay said, period. When it came to Chellandria versus Hulu, that white Cuban man was concerned. He sure was. He was ready to jump. He set up with that chain, just the swinging. Okay. They're grasping at straws, and I love it. The enemy is scared. Love by You said the acting coach in UK sure did. It sure did. Let it. But this is the thing. She's a self-sabotager. I'm not worried. I am not worried. She's not marketable. She is not marketable. And the thing about it is her fan base is young people. What could she be in where she wouldn't be problematic? She would have to do like Disney type stuff. Disney not working with her. Disney not working with her. And for her to be trying to go into music from the hype, when she has the hype of this show, shows how she just is not smart. Oh Lord. Miss Lou said a Huda will get hit by lawsuits trying that nonsense with Hollywood. So she's not teachable, and she is not manageable. She self-sabotages. So Chalet should not be worried. Should not be worried. Love by You said this is actually the only live I've seen who were actually excited about the reunion. Everyone I've seen was not expecting much. Well, listen, I'm not expecting much. I am expecting redemption, and that's enough for me. Jimmy said, I knew who Huda was when she said she didn't have any female friends. Oh, clear sign. How the hell you don't got no female friends? Now, one girlfriend in your life? Okay. Sippy Sabo said Nick's face looked tense as hell in the trailer. He had to watch his wife cry because of the hate she received from that lady's cult. I wouldn't be surprised if he reads her down too. Oh, especially after Chellandria said, you didn't protect me. You wouldn't protect me. Same spirit. And look where Farrah ended up. Self-sabotage. Absolutely. Love by You said, haha, as a therapist in the chat, all of them need to book a session. Once the show is over, it's a lot. It absolutely is. It absolutely is. Betty said, I don't know if I buy Pepe's type as Black women. Pepe's type is coochie. I think that one ex may have been an anomaly, the exception to the blonde rule. Pre-Love Island, he did TikTok trend where he said his type was blonde and tan, most likely white Latinas. His type is coochie. His type is coochie. Sippy Simone said, I said the same thing. If she asks for a break and walks off, that's going to erupt the timeline. Yep. Beloved. Love by You said, Nikki, what do you think? Nikki, what do you think of anything Huda could do to redeem herself? Maybe just go away, or here's the thing. She could do a million things. She will not do them. Something is not right. And I'm being very serious. Something is not right with that young woman. It's something very, very, very off. She can't do, she's just self-sabotage. She cannot do it. So there's a million things that she can do. She won't do them. All Day Finesse said Pepe even said his parents love Chellandria when they came to visit in Fiji. Everybody loves Chellandria. She's everybody's type. The NNA said half the cast backstage comforting Ola. I know Andy Cohen would be shocked. Yep. Obviously, me said to be fair, Pepe, he's one of the rare men that likes blondes but doesn't go out of his way to degrade women that fits his type. True. Jimmy said Huda was quick to put out a statement that she didn't kick out some streamer, but didn't say anything about the toxic racism directed at Black women because she is in a competition with Black women. That's why. She doesn't want to protect them. She doesn't want to protect them at all. She's happy with the hate that they get. I told you, something not right with that girl. Something is not right. Hannah said, Helma wants to be a singer. It's the easiest way to get a reality check for her behavior. She's taken that attitude and that fetishing of Black men into the music industry. Good luck. Anthony said, Hoodlums tried to mess with Chellandria's bag after her live. I need somebody to cover that. Oh, she's going to be fine. No, nobody's listening to them people. Nobody. If they will listen, if that was a fan base to be reckoned with and to listen to, she would have had so many deals. She would have had more deals than Chellandria. Everybody knows that she doesn't have power. Amma said, I feel like if Huda was white, she would have gotten more deals. Absolutely. She forgot that she was still a person of color and on television. It's a shame because having a Palestinian woman in ads would have been amazing. She could have done so much for her community and decided to be garbage. She could have done So much. Let me get one more, and then I'm going to get into Teen Vogue. Miss Pepe said Huda will not do what it takes to redeem herself because any redeeming requires accountability, and we all know that she's allergic to accountability. Preach. Let's move on to that Teen Vogue interview was so awkward. It was so awkward. Like every time Shelly or Chellandria spoke, Huda would go. Like, it makes sense that this was just after the Call Her Daddy podcast because it was so tense. And the guys were trying their best to like lighten the mood, but you could tell it was like they all were arguing right before they did this interview. It was so uncomfortable. It was just so awkward to watch. You could tell that Nick was just making sure that Chellandria was okay. Ace was making sure that Shelly was okay. Ace trying to laugh and trying to make fun of the situation. Amaya and Brian were just like, they didn't know what to do. And Huda just sat there. She never turned around or anything. She only interacted with the guys. And when it was anything for the girls, for Shelly and Chellandria, she wouldn't say anything. She would just be very. And then they had to play this game where they like pulled questions out of a truth or dare box, and Chellandria was sitting behind Huda, and the truth box, the truth bowl was in front of Huda, and Chellandria, she had to go and get a question, and she said, "Oh, I think I'll go with truth." Huda's face when Chellandria said she'll go with truth because the truth box was right in front of her. She looked down and she went. I was just like, why did they film this? I was just like, oh, there was an argument right before this because nobody could fake that everything was cool. And the guys were trying so hard to make it seem like everything was okay. But you can tell there had to be some knockdown, drag out argument before they filmed this interview because the tension, everybody in the comments was just like, this is uncomfortable to watch. It was. They were like, no, like, how are you going to have a cast interview and 3 people are not interacting with each other? Shelly, Chellandria, and Huda, they were not interacting with each other. Shelly and Chellandria, of course. But when it came to Huda, nope. And when it came to Shelly and Chellandria, she just acted like they didn't exist. Teen Vogue, you messy boots, because you watched that interview, you edited that interview, and then you still decided to upload it right before the reunion. You are messy boots. You are messy boots. Keep going, though, sis. Keep going. Speaking of Teen Vogue, I wanted to read the entire article to you guys with Shelly and Chellandria because it was so beautiful. It made me tear up, and it made me love them even the more. So let's get into it. So our girls, Chellandria, they did an interview with Teen Vogue, and it says Love Island USA's Chellandria and Shelly talk mean girl allegations and makeup mishaps. We caught up with the duo to chat about their time in Fiji, hair maintenance, and wearing makeup with sun-kissed skin. I knew a Black person wrote this. Ayana Ishmael, just from the title alone. There's a certain weight that comes with opening up yourself to the world on a dating show. It gets heavier when you're a dark-skinned Black woman trying to fall in love while the world dissects your every move. Maybe that's why when Love Island USA came calling, Shelly and Chellandria both hesitated. Shelly was first approached for season 6, while Chellandria was contacted across multiple years before finally saying yes. Whether it was the history-making momentum of season 6 or divine timing, the pair came to Fiji unknowingly stepping into a journey that would bring them closer together. We're soul sisters for a reason, Chellandria tells Teen Vogue. We'll always say to one another, God knew we needed each other. I'm so happy the past season did not work out for us because season 7 was the year to was the year to be here at the same time. Shelly smiles, adding, we were supposed to be here together. Season 7 arrived under enormous pressure. After season 6 became the most watched show in streaming history, fans wondered if lightning could strike twice. Season 7 did surpass records, but not without constant comparison. For Shelly and Chellandria, that meant immediate parallels to season 6's Janae's and Serena, something they weren't interested in entertaining. Ooh. Child, before going on the show, wait a minute, I'm joking. Before going on the show, I told myself to just be myself. Shelly says, they can either like you or not. Here we go. Before going on the show, I told myself to just be myself. Shelly says, they can either like you or not, but I never want to feel like I'm putting up a facade. I also said, don't feel like you're not deserving of this opportunity because there are so many people in this world that could have been here. But out of all of those people, you were there, and that's for a reason. Viewers tune into Love Island USA daily to analyze relationships and vote, giving America almost the role of an ancillary cast member. The hyper-surveillance weighed heavily on Shelly and Chellandria, who somewhere along the way were cast as online as mean girls. It was confusing and so weird because we knew who we were in that villa, Shelly says. We know how much we showed up for every single person on that island, how well everyone spoke of us. So for us to come out of that villa and see that we're mean girls, we're like, mean girls where? The perception was fueled when fellow islanders who exited early leaned into America's idea of them. To see our fellow islanders playing into that narrative was hard, Chellandria said. It's like you knew us. Why would you get out and let social media get to your head? A lot of them played into that mean girl bully narrative. I'm like, okay, this is not fair. Both were criticized for speaking openly with castmate Huda about her behavior. Feedback that wasn't applied equally across the villa. How dare you guys say something like that to us, but not to everyone who was having that mean girl energy or mean girl moments. It goes back to the whole, you have to act a certain type of way as a Black woman because the moment you act out of character, you're done, Shelly says. We didn't call anyone names. We didn't sit here and run up and down the villa yelling or screaming. We just spoke our truth and held people accountable for their actions. Reality TV has long villainized Black women. Instead of an escape, Shelly and Chellandria were met with the same stereotypes constantly placed on dark-skinned women. If that's making someone a mean girl, Shelly scoffs, Chellandria jumps in, then I'll take it, period. During the season, both often felt like therapists and mothers to the Islanders, offering advice and emotional support. Chellandria especially took on that role, reflecting her real-life position as the oldest of 6 siblings. I knew going into the show, especially as a Black woman, I was representing more than myself, she says. The world always tries to label us as angry Black women. They use a moment of weakness and make that one specific time our whole character. I knew that when it came to my emotions, I had to dial that back, which I did for the majority of the season. But when she finally broke down after Taylor, her main partner, recoupled with Clark, the judgment came swiftly. The moment that I did break and I kind of blew, people were like, I knew it. That's the real her, she recalls. I wanted to be unapologetically me, but it's like this world doesn't allow Black women to do that. Shelly says that she's tried to block out those pressures. I still know myself. I know my truth. So I can't take how you guys feel about me with so much weight. You sit here and you try to paint me to be whoever you want me to be in your mind because of 5 minutes of one episode. I think that says more about a person than even myself. She adds, this world could be crazy sometimes. And this is what it comes with when putting yourself in these type of spaces and places, which ultimately I'm just so grateful and so thankful because, again, the woman that Chellandria is, the woman that I am, we represent so many Black women and even in general. And I think they see that in us. The criticism extended beyond their character to their appearance. Both chose knotless braids for the show, a protective style they maintained themselves for that exact reason. On our days off, Shelly and I would be on the floor crocheting my hair, looping my braids through to freshen them up, Alandria says. We didn't have anyone there to braid our hair. Shelly adds, I think one of the biggest things for us is when we both walked out, got into the villa, and looked at each other, and we're like, oh, we both got braids. While Alandria went to a Houston braider earlier in early May to get her hair done, Shelly actually arrived in Fiji with hers blown out. As soon as she landed, she says her hair turned into a big puff. She had traveled without braiding hair in her suitcase. She traveled with braiding hair in her suitcase just in case a fiasco happened. She was then in her hotel room from 10 p.m. to 5 p.m. the next day. No sleep, she adds, doing boho braids on herself. I remember sitting down with producers when I first landed, and I was like, by the way, I'm changing my hair. She says, it was in a bun when I was talking to them. They were like, what do you mean? I'm like, I can't leave it like this. I'm going to braid it. So I'm just letting you guys know I'm going to have a different hairstyle. They're like, okay, is it still going to go with your look? And I'm like, yeah, of course. During season 6, online comments loved that Serena Page wore braids, but criticized Janae Craig's choice to wear a lace front wig. This year, people talked about how messy Alandria and Shelly's braids had become, as if they had access to fix them mid-show. They also had to keep the same pedicure they came in with. Their online judgment was a prime example of how the goalposts constantly changed for Black women in the public eye. It was just sad to see the comments saying they need their hair done. You see how many challenges I'm doing? Shelly says. Since when have you known someone to go in the water 20 times in the summer, get slime and this and that in their hair, and it comes out looking fresh? The scrutiny extended to makeup too. They called me Miss Concealer, Miss Bright. I'm like, well, you can't call me ugly. Alandria says with a laugh. They always try to find a way to tear us down. Truly, I feel like they just hate seeing confident women, specifically confident Black women, because for years and decades, we always have to live in other people's shadows. I truly feel like although Black women are the most disrespected people on earth, I wouldn't trade being one for nothing. Her bright under eye became a constant talking point online, though she says the cameras made it more saturated. I would ask Shelly every day. I was like, is my under eye bright? Let me know, because I'm going to put on more, Alandria says. Shelly, who often reassured her laughs, now, damn. Shelly, who often reassures her laughs now, damn, was I lying? They continued to banter back and forth about their time in the villa, Alandria adding, you don't have much time to process emotions on the island, so I was trying to process them through my clothes and makeup. We're going to be happy today. I come into the room like, girl, you're fixing to do it to them today. The whole time they were on the internet tearing me a new one. The two leaned on each other for support, finding comfort in small routines. Their favorite memories were upstairs braiding hair together. Blue magic grease in one hand and a crochet needle in the other, while the other castmates socialized downstairs. That was just a moment of like, yo, you're my girl. You know you're stuck with me, right? You're not going anywhere, Shelly says. The negative times went as far as threats, a harsh reminder of the climate Black women navigate. Still, they refuse to let it break them. I think a big part of it is we are very confident in ourselves, Shelly says. It's a thing of wanting to bring us down so badly, but why? If you see us feeling ourselves and happy about who we are, why can't that make you want to be happy as well? Because it makes them uncomfortable, Alandria follows. I truly feel like as a little girl, I always struggle with my skin complexion and my hair type. I have 4C hair, I have dark skin, and I have brown eyes. So I always felt like I looked the opposite of what beauty looked like in the Black community. Light skin, curly hair, bright eyes. If only I could go back and hug little Alandria and say, baby, we're going to be all right. You're beautiful. Despite the noise, love outweighed the hate. Together, they left the villa with more than 2 million followers across their social platforms and a loyal fan base. Both are excited for the future. I think my biggest goal right now is longevity, Shelly says. It's not just one thing that I want to do, from modeling, working with brands, or hosting. There are so many different things. As for my relationship, your girl is happy and in love, she continues. I'm not fully in a relationship yet because I'm like, look, Ace, you told me you want to be exclusive. I said yes, but until you ask, Will you be my girlfriend? I am not your girlfriend, okay? And if anyone knows anything about Ace, he's going to do it the most romantic, grandest gesture ever. So I'm excited for that because he knows I'm extra too. Similarly, Chellandria has her eyes set on multiple paths. I don't just want to put myself in a box when it comes to certain things. Like, yes, I want to model. I want to go into beauty, podcasting. I want to do everything to see what sticks. Whether it be outside, going for the jugular, attacking their physical features, or fans pitting them against each other, claiming that they aren't truly friends, one thing is clear. Shelly and Chellandria have each other's back. From their adoring eyes looking out as others speak to their continued hand holding while on a press run, there's an unsaid connection and sisterhood that comes with being Black women on reality TV. Amidst their continued laughs and clock it hand gestures during the interview, Chellandria says with a full face smile, "My girl, we are in it for the long haul." Oh, oh. I love them. That was a great article. That Teen Vogue always eats, though. They always eat. And I'm okay. I was choking, but I was also laughing because my mom was freaking out. But that was such a beautiful article. That was such a beautiful article. I love them too. Look at my girls. Ah! I love them. I'm so proud of them. I'm so happy for them. Whatever they're doing, I'm supporting. I'm supporting them. I love the fact that Shelly was just like, I'm not Ace's girlfriend. He has to ask me. He knows what he has to do. And I know Ace is going to do it so big. And she knows that. And I just love that. I love that Chellandria is just like, I'm a Black woman and I'm proud. And I love that they're just like, I know why they did it. I know why those people were upset and jealous is because we're Black, beautiful, and confident. And I love that they didn't name Huda. They didn't give her any press. They're not making her a part of their story. They are stepping up and using that bad moment as a step stool for them to go higher. I'm so proud of them. I am so proud of them. My girls. Absolutely proud of Chellandria. Cameron said, how much? Yep. It's Simone said, did you see Bravo is going to air season 7 reruns next week? Seems like they're definitely going to move it. Oh, are you serious? Yeah. And that's where the show will die. They better not move it to Bravo. BB said the show defended Huda because she gave them views. Now Ola is making money. The show switched sides. Absolutely. It's all about money. It's all about money. Cece said, Huda doesn't think things all the way through. Why would you do that podcast knowing you had to live in the same house as them and go on a press tour? Not smart. It's not smart. And Kay said, and Adriana is who we thought and hoped Amaya was. Yep. Charity said, I heard a take that it wasn't right for Nick to say anything against Taylor, a Black man in a Black space. So he did the right thing, just letting him expose himself. Nick can speak on anything concerning his woman child, but I get where you're coming from. Love by You said, honestly, Chellandria and Shelly and Ace fans should definitely be happy. Their faves are thriving. I personally like Amaya and enjoy seeing the show be such a big talk. Yeah, good for all of them. Good for all of them. Sophie Simone said, Nick hinting at Chellandria's hair color on Snap with oranges. That is the hair of the fall. That is the hairstyle of the hair color and style of the fall. Thank you, Chellandria. He's seen her through 4 protective styles. Yep. Wait till he see her different braid styles come April. I can't wait to see them on vacation together. Shawnee said, Huda really did not play this right. She should have come out, stood up against the racism, apologized for her behavior, went home and kissed on her baby. She could have been profitable too. Yep. Hey, Simone said, and look at the controversy she's been in with the Twitch live stream situation and her weirdo manager. She's going to be her own downfall anyways. Yeah, because that's what we all said was going to happen, because that fan base is not a real fan base. They're just people who hate black women or are jealous, right? Or jealous of black women. So their jealousy and envy made them fight for this woman so hard. They don't really like her. So the minute she does something that they don't like, or the minute she does something against somebody that they do like, she's cooked. She's cooked. Jimmy said, actual real singers and musicians can't sell anything, let alone Huda. Child, we'll see. We'll see what that audience does. We'll see what that audience does. Pepe said, Huda will not do what it takes to redeem herself, because any redeemer, yeah, I got that one, but you're right. Hannah said, the way they avoided choosing questions from the truth, which was close to helmet. Devonta said, I hope Stephanie Dietz gets dragged too on her hate for Alandria and Shelly. She was spreading misinformation about Shelly and Ace being scammers and attacking black content creators like EJ. Yep. And what did I tell you guys? She made the block very hot for EJ and Jesse Will, because Jesse Will spoke about it. Jesse Will was like, Stephanie with the Dietz was saying a lot of lies about me and EJ, and so now people don't want Alandria to be associated with us because of the things that she has said, and that's absolutely what's happening there. She messed up their money. I don't know why they haven't sued her yet. I would have been sued her. Child, sue. Like that interview, awkward as hell. Pepe said the tension was palpable. You know what? In that Teen Vogue video, you could tell the core four didn't want to be there at all. Every time their name came up, she looked like she was going to vomit. Love by You said, Huda has the biggest RBF, LOL. Ace did such a good job breaking the ice. Him and Nick were trying. Him, Nick, and Brian, they were trying so hard, but the girls couldn't fake it. Betty said, I hope Hulum disappears into obscurity. I never want to see her on TV, music, or anywhere else ever again. I don't think she's going to go away. I just don't think she's going to have the pull or the longevity of Nicolandria or Shellay's. It's Simone said, Huda passed the Beyonce mute challenge. She was a real life meme anytime Ola and Shelly talked or mentioned. Yep. Yeah. But I think it just shows the fact that she never liked them. And that is why Shelly and Alandria are so hurt, because they thought that she did. They thought that she did. The internet said, I don't understand why you would do that kind of interview when you know you have to be in a house and doing press with people. Huda has no sense. She doesn't. She just leads off of emotion. Miss Lou said, I'm sure Amaya has had some private talks with Huda about Shelly and Alandria. I don't want to assume too much about Amaya, because I'm like, at what point, what does it take? What does it take for you to see who this woman is, unless you agree with her a lot of the time? Their friendship could be based off the fact that Amaya is jealous of Shelly and Alandria as well. Birds of a feather. Hannah said, when Shellandria were laughing, Helmet was looking mad. Ace and Alandria couldn't hide the feelings about Helmet. They couldn't, child. Always Price said, mind y'all, they kept zooming in on Ola to try to cut Huda's facial expressions out of the frame. They did. The unedited footage must have been golden. They probably heard them fighting before the interview started. Oh, Lord. A mess. I love that picture. They're so adorable. Simply Simone says, side note, Nick's sister Ella just got signed to Gersh. Same agency as Shelly. The whole family about that. They are. I will watch it. I'm ready. Shoni said, Huda was just sitting there without a partner looking salty. It was strange. Yeah, I'm like, why isn't Chris there? That was weird. A Wonderful Life said, on Call Her Daddy, Huda said no one had her back. I wonder if anyone else besides Shellandria will call her out. We'll see. Messy boots, child. Because I know that edited footage is even more sinister. Even more sinister. A.N. Simone said, I love that Shelly did her own boho braids. This interview for the core was amazing. I love that too. I love that Shelly and Alandria bonded over doing each other's hair. Like they became closer, braiding each other's hair, oiling each other's scalp. Black girlhood. I loved it. I loved it. Devonda says she is a Maya. She is a Maya and Huda bonded over their anti-blackness and jealousy towards Alandria and Shelley, especially when Shelley was talking in the interview. Yeah, because I'm just like, there's no way she cannot be friends with that girl unless she agrees. Like, unless she agrees with everything that she's doing. Because even on Jimmy Kimmel, when she was asked like whose side that she would take in the Chris and Huda thing, she took Chris's Huda's side because she's a girl's girl. What? What? So unless she agrees, that could be what's keeping them together. Hannah said, in my opinion, Amaya is just like Huda, but she's better at identifying who she can have an outburst with. I agree. Alexis said, Teen Vogue interviewer showed how much Ace was missed last week for press week. Him and Nick tried their best. That GQ Thirst Tweets interview next week will be a flop. Ace and Nick were missing. Yeah. Gimme Shelter said, this is why I want Shelly away from 404. 404 is a parasite and will latch onto her for dear life. I think she knows that now. The real love story. I love them. So beautiful. I'm all right. Bratz and Barbie. Iconic. I hope they both get a doll. I hope Shelly gets a Bratz doll. And I hope that Alandria gets a Barbie. I love them. When I first read it, it had me in tears. Eva Ripley said, this was the interview Chellandria needed. I'm happy they humanized them. Yes, humanized them after they were denigrated for so long. Yep. Anthony said, even being the therapist of the group, you're still a mean girl. These delusional fans. Yep. The NNH said, Teen Vogue Loki has great articles better than Vogue all the time. All the time. Give Me Shelter said, oh yeah, Shelly and Alandria aren't working with Peacock again. They are pissed about not being protected. And I don't blame them. I don't blame them. Jimmy said, why aren't there more Black female producers and executives for the show? It's so frustrating. Guys, it's the replacement theory. It's the replacement theory. Hollywood, liberal, woke Hollywood is the same way. It's the same way. They will keep people of color out of positions of power as long as they can because they are intimidated by the greatness that they believe that resides in people of color. So they don't want them to get in those positions because they think that those people will do a better job and nobody will want them to do anything ever again. They're afraid because they don't think that they can amount up to anything that people of color are just born to be. Mental illness. Lavender Girl said, the friendships are always my favorite part of Love Island. True. I've noticed the best, realest friendships come from Black women because most white women don't support each other like this, unfortunately. It is sad to see that we only see like the real friendships come out of people of color relationships. It's sad because like even season 6, Liv and Kayla, that friendship's done so quickly. And it wasn't even like, it's sad. Jimmy said, I would love for the Core 4 to have their own show. I will watch it. I will watch that. Hannah said, when Shelly said the producers asked her if the braids fitted the look, my ears perked. What did they mean by that? So you know what they meant. And that's why I love that interview because we didn't know that. We didn't know that she did her own hair. She did a damn good job. Mel said their braids never looked bad to me at all. But people were grasping at straws because they were both so gorgeous. They were grasping at straws to find something. The NNH said they did a good job maintaining the braids in that heat and with those challenges. They sure did. The entire show. Devonta said, I'm glad Alandria is throwing shade to that Nadia who said that Huda could call her the N-word and that she was saying stuff about Alandria under eye concealer and blush. I'm glad too. And I'm glad that Nadia is not recovering from that because she shouldn't. She shouldn't. She was one of the driving forces behind the hate that Shelly and Alandria were receiving because all they needed was a Black woman to say, okay. And the minute she made herself the model for anti-Blackness towards Shelly and Alandria, the gates of hell opened. That girl should never recover because of what she did to them. I hope people never forget that when she could have used her platform for good, she used it for evil to harm two Black women. And if any of them would have taken their life from the hate that they received online, she would have absolutely been directly responsible. She should never recover from what she did. Ever. Betty said, Love Island is diabolical. Chase Chellandria to be on the show, especially Ola, for many seasons, only to edit them as mean girls. Producers got to make sure one didn't go to the finals. Use the other. Ghost edit Nick O to not win. Yep. Take their show. And now they're trying to make up for their mishaps. I think it's too late. Miss Lou said Alondria's bright under eye made her look like a lioness most of the time. I thought it was nice. I didn't have any issues with it. The Internet said, I appreciate this article talking about the hair and makeup. I couldn't look good in that heat doing my own makeup, hair, and with a camera constantly on my face. Doing makeup in that heat, I would be in sunscreen and lip gloss. That's it. That's it. Yeah, they're the best love story to come out of Love Island. I love them. It's such a beautiful picture. It was a phenomenal interview. Humanized them. I loved it. I loved it. 10s across the board. Yes. Kingdom Lex said, sorry, I'm catching up, but Ola, I was your friend. Honda Accord. Oh, now I'm the daggone villain. She's been. Kay said, as a fellow HBCU grad, Alandria makes me so proud. Both her and Shelly is truly Black excellence. Absolutely. Oh, baddies, we'll see her. Pepe said, only a Black woman could have written a piece so beautifully and hit all the points we pointed out. It's Chellandria forever. Absolutely. Betty says, Chellandria are so stunning and the sisterhood is adorable. I'm glad they had each other in the villa. Thank God. And never turned on each other and ignored the dumb fan wars. Need Shelly and Bratz and Alandria and Barbie dolls ASAP. Yep. Carrot Mom said, Honda is mad because she thought she was going to be the Leah and Shelly and Ola was supposed to be Serena and Janae. Yep. Miss Lou said, I would love for Shelly to be on Dancing with the Stars like she wants. She does? I would like that too. It's Simone said, Huda will be the celeb guest for Baddies Europe next season. Child, there's nowhere to go from how she has made herself. Like there's nowhere for her to climb. She's burnt every bridge, ruined every ladder. And nobody to blame but herself. Hey, Tia Via, thank you for being here. CM said, I wonder how Alandria would style the family ring. A coordinated hair family ring. What you mean by that? Coordinated hair and fits. What are we talking? What's the family ring? Betty said, Nick will never be bored. Alandria is giving him that meme about how dating a Black woman is like dating a new girl every week. Yep. Because new hairstyles and Nick is the king of side quests keeps Ola entertained. Yep. Anthony said, what are the type of music of Honda's going to make? Kids bop? We for sure ain't buying it. See, that's the thing. She needs to make like music for kids. Her audience is not adults. Wonderful Life said, I hope that Teen Vogue article gets through to some of those toxic youths. We'll see, child. Kathy said, a Huda fan base turned on her. One tweet on Twitter because she apologized to Shelly and O. Of course, because they just do not like Black women or Black people in general. And the minute she steps out of line, they will devour her. Give Me Shelter said, Alandria had EJ on her live and the hoodlums went crazy. Alandria apologized. I was so annoyed by that news. Yep. Unfortunately. And that is all because stuff with the deets. They need to sue her. Dayla said, did she say anything about Janae interview with people? Yeah, I talked about that in the beginning. Karen said, Jessie Wu has already said on her live that she already have her attorney. Good for her. Good for her. Hey, it's Simone said, I keep forgetting Amaya and Brian, one of the winners. Me too. Not until you said something. NBC Universal knows who to push at this point. Yeah, look who's suddenly popping up on their YouTube channel and their Instagram. Alandria. Give Me Shelter said, oh, Amaya is a weird bird. She mimics the romantic gestures between Nick and A show, Alandria and Shelly in real time. She did it I saw that on the Jimmy Fallon show. Pepe said, imagine the biggest pick me and still was alone. Hulu lost in every way, and I love that for her. I'll never forgive for the disgusting things she encouraged her cult to do and say. Yep, you can't win when you're playing dirty. You can't win. The internet age said from the reunion clips where Maya and Brian were sitting in between Chris and Huda, I don't think Chris fools with Huda like that. Hopefully he doesn't. Something Simone said the other streaming services are definitely circling Nick and his family for a show because they know the network messed up with how they did Chellandria, and Nick will follow his girl's lead. They probably might end up in Netflix because Netflix will pay. Netflix will pay. Devon said EJ got to be protected, and same as the White Thomas, and EJ and Chellandria got to talk privately because the Chellandria managers had her in the live. Oh, good. Trinity said on Twitter, Shelly said it took 4 to 5 hours to take out her braids, and Ace helped her. That's a black love language. Yep. Miss Lou said, I can see them having a show with Nick's mom and sister. Me too. Ayat Simone said, I can see the Core 4 special on the Chellandria Holiday Family Special and the works based on the way Love Island has been trending. I can too. I would love to watch a Christmas special with them. Pepe said, the most liberal white person still have some bias and anti-blackness in them, especially if you outperform them or disagree with anything they say or do. Facts are facts. Miss Lou said, the only close white woman relationships I've seen were on Selling Sunset. See, I never watched Selling Sunset. Ayat Simone said, honestly, that's how boho braids are supposed to look. It's called boho for a reason. They look great. They look great. I was just like, the braids look bad. Yikes. You would hate to see my knotless. Alexis Windsor said Shelly doing her own braids. Meanwhile, Ola's bestie, who ran her Instagram, said Ola cannot do a lick of hair, not even use a flat iron. So Shelly was doing all the hair. Simply Simone said, I will put money on Redacted going on an apology tour so she can get her brand repaired because the ride will shift like a tsunami. Absolutely. I love it. The Kofo. I will watch it. Pepe said, I would like to have been a fly on the wall when Ace confronted Cookie, his Dominican best friend, that disrespected Shelly several times. I don't even think he would, even do that. I think he would just cut her off and keep it pushing. Kathy said, off topic. Nikki, are you watching Love is Blind UK? It's so good this season. Yes, I am watching it. I haven't watched the latest episodes. I will probably do a live for that Sunday. Probably Sunday. If not Sunday, then Tuesday, because Monday's going to be heavy with Love Island. Tyreek, formerly of Ella and Tyreek from Love Island UK, recently alluded on Instagram that he may be going away for a while. Do you think that could be going that he could be going to Love Island games? Ooh, I hope so. So cute. I think so. Betty said Shelly braiding all that hair, her natural hair, long AF under 24 hours is so impressive. It can take me 2 to 3 days because I get tired and I'm a slow braider. Her and Chellandria maintained looks good. They did. Simply Simone said that sit-down post-reunion interview with Chellandria with Tamron Hall and Sherry Shepherd is going to put the nail in the coffin for the show because the network will be the public enemy number one. Yep. The Tamron Hall one, I can't wait. I cannot wait. All Day Finesse said, Hoodie Woo will get washed on baddies. Can you imagine her against Tasiki, Ivory, or Tinkerbella, or Meatball? She's still going there. I only know about Meatball because she's from Philly. Art World said, y'all funny place in Hoodies and Baddie Land. Was Louis at the reunion with her? Oh, I don't know. He probably would be trying to get some notoriety. Oh, she might actually go to House of Villains. CM said, Nick giving her the family ring come the holiday, if not on a random Tuesday. He gonna do something. They already exchanged necklaces, chains, so who knows? Pepe said the other thing about Chellandria is that they're equally yoked as friends. Yes. Both are educated and degreed. Both are serving in looks, fashion, and money. Both love themselves and know who they are. Yep. I love them. I love that friendship. Melody Smith said, here's a gag. Hoodie's followers are Teen Vogue's target audience, and they still said absolutely not. Yep. All Day Finesse said, I'm glad Shelly and Chellandria are cutting ties with Peacock. They wanted to have all kinds of messages across the board when it came to Vanna, but left those two out the dry. Yep. And now where's Vanna? Exactly. Betty said, Shelly on Dancing with the Stars would need that for her. Ace on Traders, Nick and Chellandria with their own lifestyle and travel show. I prefer that over them overly produced on Beyond the Villa, saying, I hope they cut ties with them. They didn't treat them right. So why would they say? Pepe said, I hope Peacock knows they're about to get the Target treatment. We done. It's too late to correct course now. Charity said, I'm confused as to how it works, but if Chellandria do a show, wouldn't there be a storyline like how the season 6 cast were forced to move to LA and 4 storylines? It would be, which is why I'm just hoping they do a YouTube channel. Just make YouTubes and just put up what y'all want. We will watch. Pepe said, I just know Ciara and Hululu. The names, y'all, are punching air, finding out our sweet Ella has been signed to an agency and she wasn't even on the show. Love it. You can't make this stuff up. Here's the thing. Ella is very interesting and engaging online and stunning. Stunning. I would sign her too. All Day Finesse says Serena did her own braids too for season 6. Yes. Serena was the one that started it all off. She changed the Love Island game for Black women. An icon. She came on there with braids. She came on there with grills. She was unapologetically Black American. Loved her. Serena said production tried to suggest she wear a wig and not braids, and she said, I'm wearing braids, so either send me home or get over it. We see what they chose. I love her. Pepe says, Shelly is my middle sister and I'm Ola. Only thing I can do is part, comb, and brush my hair. On a side note, our girls influenced me to get behind braids because of how good their hair looked on Love Island. Yeah. Same with my sisters. I'm the one that could do natural hair. My little sister is the one that does all of the pressing and curling, and my older sister does the braids. We all cannot collectively do them together, but we all have our strengths. All Day Finesse said, I still can't believe Ace turned 23. 20 damn 3. He is wise behind his years. Yeah. Shelly and Landry got some good young men. Some good young men. Yes, control the narrative. I would prefer they do that. I prefer they do that. She was phenomenal representation for just Black Americans in general. Her and Cordell, what they did for Love Island in general they can't reproduce that. There was a shift in the atmosphere when that couple came together. Me too. I'm really excited about the core 4 and everything that they're doing. We picked some great people to root for. We sure did. And Star Family, we've been on here for long enough. It's time to go. Thank you all so much for joining me. I will either be back here Sunday. I might just come back. No, I can't. I got a lot of stuff I'm doing. I'll see y'all Monday. If I can come here Sunday night, I will. But look for me on Monday. Look for me after the reunion. Listen, the live is going to happen after the reunion. I don't know how long the reunion is, so I'm going to put it at 7:30. And if I have to change the time, I have to change the time. I might just come on and we'll just watch it together. But I'm not sure how long it's going to be, but we will absolutely be on live Monday night right after the reunion. Monday afternoon. Oh, you know what? I am. Monday afternoon, I'm going to do Love is Blind UK for my UK subscribers. Yeah, so Monday, I'll see you at 12, and then I'll see you at 7:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. PST. I'm on what? Nikki, you were on CHC. What that mean? Monday is going to be a time. Good night, my loves. Pepe said, dang, autocorrect. I meant they've influenced me to get both. I know what you meant. I said behind, but I know you meant boho braids. Listen, I got my sacred drops. So once I get my edges back, I will get my braids. Yes, please like and share the video, or just like. That helps your girl grow and the YouTube algorithm. I'm like 90 followers away from 17K. What is going on, guys? We're growing. We're growing. I love it so much. Anyway, I love y'all, and I will see you on Monday night. We're growing.